Southside City Market in downtown Indianapolis, and we are an all-vegan restaurant, and we are here serving a beet burger and a seitan gyro.
What was the catalyst for me becoming vegan? I've been vegan since I was 16 years old, and as a teenager, and really I've found as an adult, you don't have a lot of control over the world around you, but you can control how you spend your money, what you spend your time on, what you support, and I realized that very quickly and tried to really spend my time, my money, my energy in a way that I thought was truly beneficial. So been vegan for over 20 years now. Being vegan today compared to being vegan 10 years ago is a lot less challenging, and being vegan 10 years ago is a lot less challenging compared to being vegan 20 years ago. So it's hard to say that there are many challenges. I mean, I find being vegan to be pretty damn easy. I mean, the amount of food options that are available now compared to in the past is incredible, and I think we would be foolish to complain. I can only imagine what's going to happen in another 20 years. I think that veganism is going to be a lot more popular. I mean, obviously at some point we're all going to have to realize that if we all want to be here together, we're going to need to make some changes, and I think veganism is one of those important changes.
We offer vegan soups and vegan baked goods. Today we have oatmeal raisin cookies. We have spicy barbecue chili, split pea soup, Italian chickpea, and Popeye soup. Well, it's all about the health first. And so going vegan is for our health. And actually after turning vegan, couldn't find anything worth paying for that was vegan. So we tried a lot of things, but nothing worth going back to get, so we started doing it ourselves. And it got to a point to where it was good, so why not sell it? And we've been doing this for 6 years. Well, we've been vegan for 6 years, and that's how long we've been cooking vegan, so I guess that's why it tastes the way it does.
I'm Kristina, and I own VGrits, which stands for Vegan Girl Raised in the South. We do Southern-style comfort food, and we're based in Louisville, Kentucky. Today at Indy VegFest, we're selling our cheeses. We have a cheddar, mozzarella, and pimento. They're all cashew-based and oil-free.
I just got here, so my favorite part is, I think, trying the different food and seeing which one is the best.
So I own Sea Salt and Cinnamon Bakery. We are a vegan bakery based in Muncie, Indiana. We have free samples of our chocolate chip cookies, and then for purchase we have a few gluten-free items for our friends that need that. We have banana chocolate chip bread. We have big cinnamon rolls down here on the end.
I studied Ayurveda. Digestion is everything. And when you eat dead animals, it stays in your body for 3 days. So you think about if that meat was down on a counter at 98.6, what's happening to that meat? That environment is happening to your body. It's breaking down, it's seeding, it's fermenting, it's rotting. And actually, I was just talking to a doctor who's here somewhere, that that's how cancers, not all cancers, some cancers set work. You set a toxic environment.
Kale chips over here. I have the cheese that goes on the kale chips right here to sample. And then I have pecan date balls, and so they have cacao in them, and there's no oil or sugar. So it's trying to encourage whole food plant-based.
So it's like chocolate?
It is, yeah. Cacao and cocoa have one main difference, which is one is raw, one is cooked. While it's raw, it contains the highest level of like magnesium, calcium. I mean, it's just like super great food for you. Once you cook it, all of that goes away. Yeah. So the only thing you have is the chocolate flavors. You might as well stay with the raw stuff. And dates work really nice with it. You can also combine coconut. You can combine banana. You can make lots of really good snacks. And so that's kind of a way to encourage a different style of eating it.
I do crochet, lace crochet, and embroidery jewelry and accessories. They're all vegan and cruelty-free.
So my wife Colleen and I are here as the dynamic duo of Elevation Wellness, and we're a Whole Foods plant-based nutrition and fitness coaching service.
We are offering vegan chocolate chip cookies, our vegan iced butter cookies that are all hand decorated, And we also have our vegan vanilla cupcake with a vanilla buttercream icing.
Oh, that's
and they are all absolutely amazing.
So we're young urban homesteaders. We're based in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We make fermented foods. We make a kimchi, sauerkraut. We make a fermented salsa. And our big mission is to use local produce near us in Fort Wayne and still be part of the local food supply by turning that produce into fermented foods that are probiotic and delicious.
So the company's name is Flex, and the website is eatflex.com. And Flex is short for flexitarian. We're trying to meet Indianapolis where it's at. We know that everybody can't transition from eating meat as a central diet to going vegetarian. So we're trying to flex people into adding plant-based meals to their diet. And what we are is a vegetarian meal delivery service.
Arbonne is a vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO, non-soy-based company. We believe that products should be pure and beneficial, and they take care of you from the inside out.
We're the Indiana chapter for the Hemp Industries Association, which is a national organization. Basically what we do is we are advocating for companies who produce and sell products that have hemp in them or are solely hemp-based. For us, these companies are from Indiana, like Foods Alive, Real Hemp. And then the other components of what we do is we're educating and lobbying to get farmers legislation to have them get hemp in the ground and grow hemp so that these companies don't have to import it from other countries.
Okay, so I'm with Fields of Dreams Uganda, and I work with women in Uganda who are artisans, and we do sustainable business development. So they create products using recycled and sustainable materials, and then we sell them and we take all the money, and we do a girl empowerment program. And when girls get their periods in Uganda, we give them hygiene kits. So we support 3,000 girls in Uganda with this program.
We're with Southside Animal Shelter, and so we're here to make people aware of our shelter. We're kind of a small shelter from the south side of Indianapolis. We brought some adoptable dogs with us today, so we're hoping to find some homes for them, and then maybe get some donations to help us support our shelter.
We're here because we love people that do vegan and people that are looking for things that are more natural for your body and for your soul. And for us, we're a body eclectic skincare area.
So, if you were watching the news 2 years ago, Toledo, Ohio had to shut down their public water supply for a few days because of a blue-green algae bloom that took place in western.
The number one issue facing the planet right now is human overpopulation, because you could have 1 million humans living kind of however they wanted and being kind of environmentally damaging, and it wouldn't make that much of an impact globally. But when you have 10 billion of them, it's catastrophic, and we're seeing that in every environmental issue on the planet is because of human overpopulation and trying to cope with demands of humans as biological creatures. It's becoming more and more clear that animal agriculture is just totally unsustainable, especially for the population we have on the planet right now. And we're going to be running into logistical issues that we just cannot produce the food that way, and we have to choose better, more sustainable ways to produce our food. The most effective thing that people can do is adopt a plant-based vegan diet 100%. That is the single most effective thing you can do personally. And as I talked about today, you don't have to write your senator or congressman for it. You don't have to wait for an election cycle. You can take the step to do it immediately and immediately reduce your carbon footprint, immediately affect the lives of thousands of animals, and remove yourself from a cycle of suffering. The first thing is just to get in touch. I'm going to have a new website coming up here, hopefully very shortly. We've been working on it a little while.
What's the web address?
It is xcatalystx.com, so CATALYST. And X is on the ends because it's also a straight edge label.
Okay.
So, they can get in touch with us there. And one thing to keep in mind, I get a lot of requests from bands that are not punk or hardcore bands, and that's the focus of the label. So I appreciate all kinds of music, but that's just been what the label has been about since its foundation. So we're going to keep it that way.
We are offering Juice Plus and a Tower Garden. Juice Plus is fruits and vegetables, real food in capsule form that are organic, non-GMO, to help bridge the gap in your diet and the food that you are eating and what you should be eating. And then our Tower Garden here is an aeroponic growing system that uses water and nutrients in the base, and it trickles down into the root system. So it uses no dirt. It has a 30% higher yield and a 30% faster grow rate than in traditional dirt.
Wow. We're here representing a faith-based organization. Our mission is to engage the church in caring for all that God created. And we believe that He cares about His animals, and it's our mandate to take care of them.
We're called New Eden Apparel, and we make vegan activism t-shirts. We have 3 designs: Go Veg, Cruelty Free, and Plant Powered, which is another one. Flex with a flexing arm. And I just wanted to spread veganism to the masses.
I would stop animal exploitation now, saying we're here to educate people on how animals are used in animal research, and that it should end, and that to be vegan, you shouldn't use products that are tested on animals, nor support companies that use them. And basically, a lot of people don't even know that their tax dollars support animal testing to the tune of $14 million a year. So we're here to expose that to them, to let those people that exploit these animals in labs not be hidden anymore, and let the general public know what their tax dollars paying for.
We're just here to talk about our vegetarian and vegan meetup group that we have here in Indianapolis. It's for people that live in the Indianapolis area that are interested in veganism, vegetarians, just about different meals and how you cook and how you live the vegan lifestyle. We actually have a meetup group where once a week we can travel to different restaurants in the area so that vegetarians and vegans can kind of meet up and talk about what foods they order at different restaurants. It's not inclusive to only vegetarian vegans. We let anyone in. It's not a close-knit group of just vegans that only vegans are allowed. So it's open to anyone.
Okay, so today I have products that I make myself. They're all natural, vegan. I have bath soaps, I have sprays, roll-ons, I have some bath bombs, and some skincare.
Having been vegan for a long time, started looking at products that were not available for vegans or vegetarians, and marshmallows was one of those things. My background's all in food process engineering. I went to Purdue and was already doing a vegan ice cream called Temptation and a vegan cheese called Tease. And this was a natural kind of niche thing for us to get into. Not a lot of no competition, and you know, low marketing costs when you go in. So we jumped into it. It's taken us pretty much every year of 7 years to make a fantastic product. Now it gets better every year as we learn more about it. We're very, very happy with the product, and the response here at the VegFest has been amazing. There are a lot of people who haven't had marshmallows for 10 years, 15 years, and marshmallows are a big part of the American experience. So we're really happy to be able to provide that to people again.
Yeah, well, we are sampling our almond butter, so it's all vegan, sugar-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, all the things. It's really good for you. We have 4 different flavors, so we're sampling those today.
Right now, different cities are popping up bills that would basically have certain districts where there's no laws that are applicable. So it means anything could happen in these cities. And what we fear that means is that animal abusers won't be held accountable for what they're doing inside of the farms, and it's just free reign. It opens the door to a lot of terrible things. So we're trying to fight those bills before they ever make it to pass the floor and get a vote. The fight continues. There's been several great victories defeating bills across the U.S. this past session. Unfortunately, they keep popping up, but for everyone that they pop up, we'll be right there to fight it. Undercover investigations are the foundation of Mercy for Animals work. It's the only way to expose what's really happening and the cruelties that animals are subjected to in these confined barns, fields, operations. And so it's really important for the public to see that, and unfortunately it means it's going to be graphic content. But by people seeing what the truth is, we're not going to filter that, and we want to get that out.
We offer a whole variety of vegan food. Today we've got barbecue pulled pork jackfruit with a homemade, I guess a house-made vegan slaw. So it's an avocado slaw, cabbage, avocados, a little sugar, oil and vinegar mix. It's very, very delicious. We also did a buffalo seitan wrap, so it's house-made vegan ranch that has actually been quoted as being to die for, people have said. And it's seitan with some buffalo sauce and lettuce and that vegan ranch all wrapped up, and it is just delicious. At the restaurant we also do a buffalo seitan flatbread and vegan chili. We're doing vegan chili here today and do that at the restaurant as well. We also do seitan wings as an appetizer. We've got more things coming up throughout the course of the year, like a vegan eggplant tenderloin that we're going to be trying out here soon. I tell you what, we reached out to our community on Facebook. We said, what do we need to be doing for you guys? And it was overwhelmingly a vegan response. And we said, we didn't know anything about vegan at the time, and we said, if you want it, we'll learn and we'll do what we can. And so we did a little sample dinner where we did a 3-course meal, or maybe even a 5-course meal, and everyone raved about the food we had, and we've just been loving it ever since and learning all we can and trying new things, and just super happy to be serving the community.
So we are the Cultured Vegan. We're based out of Waukegan, Illinois. Today we have nacho bowls and tacos. We are offering a gluten-free option, which is a vegetarian beef. And we also have a chickpea or black bean taco. We also have rice and vegan cookies, chocolate chip. We have peanut butter and oatmeal raisin, but they sold out.
The inspiration was coming here from Arizona and feeling like there really wasn't much to eat as a vegetarian. In Arizona, we have a lot of vegan places. We have a lot of vegetarians. Lunches are vegetarian, a lot. So out here was just really different. I always have to go to carnivorous restaurants and eat french fries, side salads, and I just feel like they needed something. They needed something. There was some things, but we needed some more. So that was where it came from. No, because I write 100% vegetarian, huge, so nobody asked for it. And now, as of today, we're vegan. I'm vegan today. Today's my first day. So the food truck's going vegan with me today. So nobody asked for it, but people do say, you don't have meat, you don't eat meat. Okay, well just try it. We do samples all the time. So when people say, oh, vegan, just come get a sample, and we give them a sample. And they're extremely surprised. I have so many people that are like, I hate cauliflower, but you make me eat cauliflower once a week every time you come here. So that's the whole point to me. I think it's just so many people think vegan, vegetarian, I mean even family members people think they can't have you to their house because they don't know what you eat. They think you just eat vegetables, and I'm like, every single side that you have, I eat that. You know, all of those things, just leave a couple things out. And now with switching over to being vegan, it's not that hard to omit some things, add some things, tweak some things. It's really not that hard to do. So I love it. It's super fun. Super fun. Honestly, we want to be a drive-through, a fast food restaurant, and people are like, don't say fast food because that's bad. No, I'm trying to change perception. So fast food, not, walking and dining, fast food. I want to be fast food. I want you, when we came from Arizona to here, me and my kids ate french fries the whole drive. There was nothing to eat. There needs to be something. There needs to be something. So that's where I'm hoping we are. Speak it into existence. Yeah.
Basically, it's just a way to come experience the animals. Obviously animals that you wouldn't normally experience. But we have set visiting days that you can come down, and we talk a little bit about the the agricultural industry, and then you go on a tour and you actually meet the animals. We tell you their stories. We kind of contrast their lives with what their lives would be if they were in the food industry. And then, you know, we have 20 acres, so we have trails and people can hang out and have lunch. We have a visitor center, so it's just kind of a whole Uplands Peak. The peak is people, earth, animals, and kinship. So it's just really a whole experience of reconnecting to yourself, reconnecting to the earth, the animals, just because people are so disconnected these days.
That's awesome.
So there is a volunteer tab on our website, which is really the best way. And there's several opportunities on there. We have a monthly work day, but it really is initiated with an email or a telephone call.
You're going to talk to us, so however you reach out, it'll be one of us. So.
Okay. It's www.uplandspeaksanctuary.org.
We have plans to expand, and it'll be before 10 years, so this is one of our short-term goals. We're looking at a much larger property, and we see having more cabins, so we really want to offer the opportunity even more so than we have now for people to really be on the property, because coming for an hour-long visit or 45-minute visit is one thing, but the longer you're there, the more personality that you see of our residents. So we would definitely like more staff, so that's a big vision. But yeah, we really want to be on the map as far as our work and speaking out for animals and changing the way people see them. Financial donations is really the biggest way, because I know all of us don't have time. Everybody's super busy, but you know, $5 a month, $10 a month goes a long way. It also helps us plan for incoming residents and incoming rescues. So, you know, right now we just put out our annual report from last year, and about 90% of our funding comes from individual contributors. So that is really the biggest way to help us see our vision, and then telling your friends and family.
And we are a 501(c)(3) corporation, so all donations are tax deductible.
I am with Vegan Outreach. We are an international animal advocacy organization, and we're known for passing out leaflets like this one right here, our Guide to Cruelty-Free Eating on college campuses across the country and across the world. We also have a number of other programs that we're telling people about, such as our Vegan Mentor program, which is a totally free program where you can sign up online and we match you with somebody who is vegan in your area, and they can help you switch up your diet and work towards adopting a plant-based diet. So we're telling people about our programs, helping them eat plant-based, and helping them get involved with the organization to save some animals.
Today we're selling a variety of vegan apparel, from t-shirts to hats to mason jars. My inspiration behind the t-shirts was I found that there wasn't a price point. Typically vegan t-shirts are like $28 to $35 above in price, and for me, I was like kind of like a low budget, more type of girl, so $20 was a good price range for me, so that's why I wanted to create a more affordable vegan apparel line. That's cool.
It was great. I liked the kombucha a lot. That was very nice.
Tacos from here.
Yeah, the tacos are really good.
I got free marshmallows, so I have it.
Free From Harm was started out as a website, a web presence. I knew that because of my background in marketing and design, that I could use my skills as a web designer to, you know, advance the cause of animal advocacy and build awareness about animal agriculture by building a website and hopefully building a strong presence. So it all started with online education and activism, and that's continues to be our core strength now, you know, 8 years later. Rather than being at a table with friends, let's go for something bigger. Let's influence corporations and government and institutions and really target where we could really make a big impact. I've opted out of Thanksgiving. My family's really pretty supportive and has embraced a lot of what I do, and I really appreciate that. I have a great relationship with my family for the most part, and Thanksgiving is just one holiday where I prefer to honor I prefer to honor animals that are, you know, victims of animal exploitation rather than celebrate it with family. So I have opted out here and there. Each year I kind of treat it a little differently. It depends on the situation. Last Thanksgiving, we had a wonderful vegan Thanksgiving at my house, and everybody came over, and it was great.
That's awesome.
So,
and when you opt out, what do you usually do?
Well, I have a nice quiet dinner with my partner.
Yeah.
Or with friends, maybe a potluck, hang out with kindred spirits. That can really help in a time, in a holiday where everyone else is participating in something we just feel so terrible about. So it's great to be around kindred spirits at a time like that.
That's really great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank
you. Tell me about the turnout today. What do you think about that?
It's amazing. It has exceeded all of our expectations. We don't quite know the final count yet. We gave everyone tear-off tickets at the door for raffle prizes, so we're hoping to get a grasp on the final count that way. But just seeing the vendors overwhelmed with customers and selling out. I know sea salt and cinnamon sold out in the first 2 hours. That's amazing. We really wanted it to be vendor friendly. We wanted to highlight some of the great vegan businesses and vegan friendly businesses in Indianapolis and in the Midwest as a whole, and allow people the opportunity to try something new. And I want to say that we were successful. So that's great. And I looked out at the crowd and I saw such great diversity across the crowd as well, which made me so incredibly happy. So I honestly don't know how this happened. I don't know how many people are here. I don't know how they heard about it. We will know more from our exit survey. We're asking them a variety of questions about, hey, how did you hear about VegFest? What are your consumption patterns? How much meat do you eat per week? Are you vegan? Are you vegetarian? Are you considering changing your consumption patterns after today? So we'll definitely know more, hopefully, with the response from that survey.
Awesome. So as far as when you look back to when you were first envisioning this, how does what you saw in your mind compare to what you saw today, experienced today?
I didn't expect this many people. I didn't expect such a turnout for our first year. This is our first year doing this, our first year at the pavilion. And really, now I'm thinking like, hey, do we need a bigger venue? Like, what's gonna happen next year? Because we only want to get bigger from here. We only want to grow, and you know, I think there is a lot of room for growth. We learned a lot. We know some things that we definitely want to change for next year, but I would chalk this up as a successful first year, and you know, looking forward, we're looking for feedback. So I think the biggest thing is just getting feedback from all the vendors, all the sponsors, the participants, what went well, what we can improve upon, and go from there.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think the VegFest was really great. I'm glad to see so many people turn out for such a great communal event. I'm really hoping that things like this continue in Indianapolis. I think there's a lot of potential for this type of business. I had a great time though. Had lots of good stuff.
Yeah. Did you have a chance to have any of the food?
Yeah, I had a couple different things. The kombucha stand, Circle City Kombucha is really great. This guy was serving some chia seed, like pepita chips that were really good. 3 Carrots had some really nice stuff. They always do. It's one of my favorite places. Yeah, I'm actually pretty hungry though. I was just kind of snacking for a while, so I'm looking to get some food now.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So how did you find out about VegFest this year?
A friend of mine invited me. I had no idea what was going on. She's a practicing vegan. I am not, but I enjoy vegan and vegetarian food all the time.
Yeah.
She invited me out though.
Sweet.
I think there's a tremendous increase in awareness about the connection of animals into a lot of different areas, including the use of animals in laboratories, for example, because I watched Gallup polls, and at one point, it was over a decade ago, I think it was something like maybe a third of the general public was opposed to the use of animals in research. Recently, the Pew Research Center did a poll that came up with a number that 50% of the American population are now opposed to all use of animals in any kind of medical research or animal testing. I got involved in animal rights and fight against animal research in the mid-'80s. And at that point, the direction of the animal rights movement, or the focus of the animal rights movement, was largely on the animal research issue.
I was 18 years old. I was conditioning for basketball in college. And when I was conditioning for basketball, I felt that I was feeling very sluggish and very tired when I was typical college students eating all the wrong stuff. So when I decided to, okay, I was in the lunchroom one time, I was eating these burgers, and I was like, man, I was gonna cut out all red meat out of my diet for a month, 1 month, and to condition for basketball. But once I cut that red meat out of my diet for that 1 month, my body felt so much better, like so much better, like a new person. And I was like, man, if my body feels this great for cutting out red meat for a month, what would it do if I cut out all meat in my diet? So I wasn't committed to be a vegetarian or vegan at the time, but I stopped eating red meat from age 18 to about age 21.
What do you guys think of VegFest this year?
That was so much fun.
It was great. I was really impressed with the turnout. I'm glad there was a lot of people that showed up and learned about veganism and vegetarianism and all that stuff. I heard about it through the Indianapolis Vegan and Vegetarian Meetup group on Facebook.
That's where I heard about it as well.
That's where my mom heard about it.
Cool.
Yep. I got here kind of late, so technically we just tried some Dandy's vegan marshmallows, and of course they're wonderful, but we didn't really get here early enough to try some of the food. But of course, 3 Carrots was here, and I've had their food before, and their food is excellent. I recommend it to anybody, so I wish I would have got here early enough to have some, but yeah, that's all we had was marshmallows.
Cool.
But it was good.
My son loved it too. He's running around.
We ate the whole bag.
So we're offering vegan bean to bar chocolate. So what that means is we're a bean to bar chocolate company. So we take cocoa beans, cocoa butter, sugar, and a milk substitute, and then we craft that into all of the bars that we have left today. And it's like a traditional bean to bar chocolate process from the grinding, refining, tempering and molding, except that we, instead of using milk products, we use a soy milk substitute. So I worked at a vegan bakery in Bloomington, Indiana for a number of years, and I started actually with white chocolate, which is I feel like there's a pretty big market gap in availability of white chocolate. People can get dark chocolate pretty easily in your local store without having to go through too much effort. But white chocolate is hard to find. It's hard to find good quality white chocolate, especially. It's hard to find good quality white chocolate across the board. It's almost impossible to find good quality white chocolate that is also cruelty free. And so it started with wanting to actually just make white chocolate for myself, to make white chocolate macadamia cookies at the bakery that I worked at, and then it kind of just it went from there.
Oh my gosh, it has been amazing. There have been so many people. I feel floored at the amount of folks that have come through here, especially for a first-time event. This has just been so wonderful. I didn't know that there were this many people in one place that supported this kind of thing, so it felt really awesome.
What would you guys like to say to all the attendees today?
Just thank you so much for coming out, whether you're an omnivore, vegan, or vegetarian. No matter what, we're so happy that you decided to come and maybe try something new. We hope that you come back next year. Thank you so much for your support.
Okay, and what would you like to say to the exhibitors and the vendors?